Imagine a technology that generates electricity directly from the sun without solar panels. And what if you could store it without lithium-ion batteries at a fraction of the cost? At first, this sounds like a riddle, but the answer to this riddle is hidden in a technology that dates back to the 19th century, and there is a company that claims to have solved it. Its name is Exowatt. The promises made by this company are extremely ambitious. If they can truly deliver on these promises, we may be witnessing the beginning of a revolution in the energy sector. According to Exowatt, we will provide uninterrupted 24/7 electricity. We will deliver this power at the lowest possible cost. And we have fitted the entire system inside a single 472-inch long bright orange shipping container. The goal of this video is to open that orange container, to reveal the technology inside and analyze it from an engineering perspective. And ultimately to answer one critical question: is this technology truly revolutionary? Let's begin. First, we step inside the container and start breaking down the system piece by piece. The first question we must ask is simple: how does this system produce energy, and how does it collect it? The answer is something we all experienced as children. Think back to the moment you used a magnifying glass to burn a piece of paper. That exact principle is at the core of this system. On top of the container, there are structures that look like glass, but they are not glass. They are Fresnel lenses. The name may sound complex, but the technology is not new. These are the same lenses once used in lighthouses to project light across vast distances. At their core, they work just like a magnifying glass. So why are these lenses placed on top of the system? Because they can track the sun. As the sun moves across the sky, the lenses move with it. Left, right, up, down. Their only purpose is to focus sunlight into an incredibly intense single point. And the result is this: sunlight passes through small openings and converges at one focal point. At that moment, light energy becomes heat energy. There is no paper being burned here, but the heat generated is far more powerful. So, what do we do with this heat? Exowatt stores it using what they call thermal batteries. These are not chemical batteries like lithium-ion cells. They are far simpler and far safer. You can think of them as extremely advanced hot bricks. Not ordinary construction bricks, but blocks made from high-performance ceramic materials. So why place these bricks inside the container? Because heat must be stored without loss. These ceramic blocks can hold temperatures of up to 1,832 degrees Fahrenheit for long periods of time. And when needed, that stored heat can be used again. This is the key to 24/7 operation. Even after the sun sets, energy remains stored inside those bricks. Traditional lithium-ion batteries lose capacity over time. After enough charge cycles, their performance degrades. Thermal batteries behave very differently. According to Exowatt, these ceramic thermal batteries can operate for 30 to 50 years with almost no performance loss, depending on usage conditions, but the claim itself is remarkable. So far, we have collected sunlight, converted it into heat, and stored that heat. But we still do not have electricity. That brings us to the third stage: electricity generation. Here, Exowatt uses a nearly 200-year-old Scottish invention, the Stirling engine. A Stirling engine is designed to convert heat energy into mechanical energy, and it is especially known for operating with externally supplied heat. So, how does it work inside this container? The heat stored in the ceramic blocks is transferred using air blowers. Cold air passes through the hot bricks, heats up gradually, and is directed into the Stirling engine. Inside the engine, the process is simple. Heat energy becomes mechanical energy. Mechanical energy becomes electrical energy. As long as electricity is needed, the system keeps running. Day or night, sunny or cloudy, as long as heat remains stored, electricity can be produced. When we look at overall efficiency, the system operates at roughly 15 to 18%. At first glance, this may seem lower than modern solar panels, but the advantages shift this discussion to an entirely different level. The biggest claim lies in cost. According to independent analyses, this system could deliver 24/7 electricity at around 4 cents per kilowatt hour in its early stages. And as the technology scales, that cost could drop to 1 cent per kilowatt hour. These numbers are not marketing slogans. They are based on independent cost assessments. To compare fairly, we need to clarify something. Solar panels only produce power during the day. Without storage, costs are low. But once storage is added, especially lithium-ion batteries, costs rise sharply. Today, solar plus lithium-ion storage systems with just 8 hours of storage can reach 11 to 12 cents per kilowatt hour. The key difference is simple. Exowatt integrates storage directly into the system, and it does so at a much lower cost. Land usage is another critical factor. Traditional solar power plants require around 5 to 10 acres per megawatt. Exowatt's container-based system can produce 1 megawatt using just 2 to 3 acres. That means nearly 4 times less land and up to 5 times lower cost. So the real question becomes, is efficiency the most important metric? Or is it the total system advantage that truly matters? Right now, global energy demand is exploding, and artificial intelligence is accelerating it rapidly. A single AI query, such as one made to ChatGPT, can consume up to 10 times more energy than a traditional Google search. Today, AI's share of global energy consumption already exceeds that of some mid-sized countries. By 2030, it could reach 9% of total global demand. That is roughly equivalent to India's entire energy consumption. At the same time, electric vehicles are spreading rapidly. Charging infrastructure is expanding, and the need for new energy sources keeps growing. It is impossible to meet all this demand with solar and wind alone. That is why companies are investing in alternative renewable technologies. So if this system is so promising, so why isn't everyone rushing to adopt this technology? Because despite its promise, major engineering challenges still remain. And these challenges are not small details. They are the very reasons why similar ideas struggled in the past. The first challenge is history itself. This technology is not entirely new. Concentrated solar systems have been tested before. Many times. In fact, decades ago, large-scale solar thermal projects were built with great ambition, and many of them failed. Some collapsed under high maintenance costs. Others could not compete economically as solar panels rapidly improved. And some simply proved too complex to operate reliably over long periods of time. That legacy still matters. Investors remember those failures, engineers remember the lessons, and as a result, every new attempt in this field is met with skepticism. Exowatt is not just fighting technical challenges, it is fighting history's long shadow. The second challenge is economies of scale. As with any emerging technology, early systems are expensive. Materials are not yet mass-produced, supply chains are immature, and manufacturing processes are still being optimized. This means that initial deployments may struggle to hit the bold cost targets immediately. True cost reductions only come with scale, and scale takes time. This is where policy and government support often become decisive. Historically, nearly every major energy transition, from fossil fuels to nuclear, from wind to solar, required early public investment to survive its infancy. Without that support, even the most promising technology can stall before it matures. The biggest challenge is mechanical maintenance. Unlike solar panels, which have few moving parts, this system relies heavily on mechanical components. The lenses must move constantly to track the sun. Motors must operate with precision. The Stirling engine itself contains mechanical assemblies, working under extreme thermal conditions. Any single failure, a stuck lens, a worn motor, a faulty bearing, could interrupt what is promised to be 24/7 uninterrupted power. That is why predictive maintenance is not optional. It is essential. The system must be able to detect failures before they happen. It must monitor vibration, temperature, wear, and alignment in real time. And ideally, it must correct or isolate problems autonomously. Without advanced monitoring and automation, mechanical complexity becomes a liability. But here's the important part. When we step back and look at the system as a whole, what we see is not a fragile experiment, but a thoughtfully engineered, modular, and scalable solution. Each container operates as a self-contained unit. Capacity does not require massive redesigns. You simply add more containers. That modularity reduces risk. It allows gradual deployment, and it makes learning, iteration, and improvement far easier over time. So the real question is no longer whether this system works in theory, but whether it can prove itself in the real world, at scale, over years of operation. Because if it can overcome these challenges, this may not just be another energy technology, it may be a turning point. So the final question remains, will this system truly ignite the next energy revolution, transforming the way the world produces and consumes electricity? Or will it remain just an impressive engineering experiment, admired for its ingenuity but never widely adopted? Think about it. Would you be willing to accept 5% lower efficiency if it meant electricity that is 5 times cheaper, produced on 4 times less land, and available 24/7, day and night, rain or shine? This is not just a technical question, it's a challenge to how we think about the future of energy. The stakes are high, and the answer could redefine the way humanity powers its world. So ask yourself, are you ready to embrace a technology that could change everything? We'll explore more in the next video. Stay curious, stay informed, and above all, stay connected to technology.